Imagine standing in the center of a grand arena, surrounded by shadows that whisper secrets of victory and defeat. The crowd roars, but you alone hold the key to silence the chaos, not through brute force, but through the quiet mastery of the game unfolding around you. This is the essence of true power, seeing the moves before they're made, understanding the board where others stumble blindly. Centuries ago, a Florentine thinker named Machiavelli unveiled the timeless rhythms of human ambition and influence, not as a blueprint for conquest, but as a shield for the wise. In a world where manipulation lurks in every handshake and smile, nothing can defeat you once you see the game. Awaken your inner strategist, transforming vulnerability into unyielding strength through clarity, foresight, and the art of poised observation. At its core, protection from manipulation begins with recognizing that life is not a fairy tale of good intentions, but a dynamic interplay of desires, fears, and self-interests. People aren't villains by design. They're players navigating their own paths, often at the expense of yours if you're not vigilant. Consider the modern workplace. A colleague's flattering words might mask a bid for your position, or a partner's subtle guilt trips could erode your independence. Machiavelli taught that innocence is a luxury few can afford, yet he framed it not as cynicism, but as enlightened realism. By embracing this, you elevate yourself above the fray, turning potential pitfalls into stepping stones. Start by honing your ability to read human nature with precision. Observe without judgment. Notice how eyes dart during conversations, revealing hidden agendas, or how body language betrays unease beneath polished words. This isn't about paranoia, it's about empowerment. Think of it as learning a new language, the language of intent. In one real-world example, a young entrepreneur faced betrayal from a trusted mentor who siphoned ideas for personal gain. Instead of reacting with outrage, he paused, analyzed the patterns of flattery and evasion, and quietly pivoted his strategy. The result? He built an empire untouched by the fallout, his former ally left in irrelevance. This silent confidence isn't deception, it's the armor of the aware. Emotional control forms the bedrock of this mastery. Emotions are powerful allies when harnessed, but treacherous foes when unleashed unchecked. Machiavelli emphasized maintaining composure, for chaos invites exploitation. In moments of provocation, breathe deeply and detach. View the situation as a puzzle rather than a personal assault. This detachment isn't coldness, it's liberation. It allows you to respond with strategy rather than reflex. Picture a heated negotiation. While others shout and concede, you remain steady, using their frenzy to reveal weaknesses. Suddenly the deal tilts in your favor, not through trickery, but through your unbreakable calm. Boundaries are your fortress in this game. Without them, others will encroach, testing limits until you're depleted. Machiavelli's wisdom here is profound. Respect is earned not by niceness, but by firmness. Articulate your non-negotiables clearly, whether in relationships, business, or friendships, and enforce them with quiet resolve. A high-value individual doesn't beg for adherence, they embody it. When a friend repeatedly oversteps, a simple, unwavering no reinforces your sovereignty. Over time, this cultivates an aura of untouchability, where manipulators sense the futility of their efforts and retreat. Ambition, too, must be strategic. Blind drive leads to burnout or betrayal, but channeled ambition, rooted in self-mastery, propels you forward. Setbacks aren't defeats, they're intelligence briefings. Machiavelli viewed failure as a teacher, urging us to adapt rather than despair. After a project flops, dissect it. What motives did others hide? How can you anticipate similar traps? This mindset shifts you from victim to victor, fostering resilience that radiates masculine power, not dominance over others, but dominion over self. Incorporate daily habits to build this foundation. Begin each morning with reflection. Journal intentions and potential challenges, visualizing responses. Practice silence as leverage. Listen more than you speak, gathering insights while others reveal themselves. Engage in stoic exercises like voluntary discomfort to strengthen emotional fortitude. Read classics on human behavior, blending ancient wisdom with modern psychology to decode patterns that once eluded you. As you internalize these lessons, the world transforms. No longer a pawn in others' games, you become the architect of your destiny. Manipulation loses its grip because you've illuminated the shadows. This isn't about outwitting foes, it's about uplifting your spirit to heights where defeat is impossible. Embrace the game, and watch as clarity becomes your greatest ally, turning every encounter into an opportunity for growth and triumph. The arena awaits. Step forward with the quiet power of one who sees all. Envision a lone warrior on a mist-shrouded mountain peak, unmoved by the tempests below. The winds howl, yet he stands resolute, his strength drawn not from clamor, but from an inner forge of unshakable poise. This is the pinnacle of self-mastery, a silent confidence that repels manipulation like steel deflects arrows. Drawing from Machiavelli's profound insights into power dynamics, we explore how to cultivate this shield, not as a tool for cunning, but as a beacon of personal empowerment. In an era where emotional chaos reigns, nothing can defeat you once you wield the art of restraint, turning vulnerability into an impenetrable fortress of strategic grace. Silent confidence begins with understanding power's subtle currents. Human interactions are rivers of influence, where the loudest voices often mask the weakest foundations. Machiavelli observed that true dominance arises from control, not over others, but over one's reactions. In friendships or romances, desperation signals weakness, inviting those who prey on neediness. By detaching from outcomes, you reclaim agency. Consider a man navigating a toxic relationship. Instead of pleading for change, he quietly enforces boundaries, focusing on his growth. The dynamic shifts, respect blooms where manipulation once thrived. This isn't evasion, it's elevation, uplifting your path while others falter in their own webs. Psychological dominance emerges through observation and adaptation. Train your mind to spot inconsistencies, a smile that doesn't reach the eyes or promises laced with qualifiers. This acuity isn't suspicion, it's wisdom, allowing you to navigate alliances with foresight. Machiavelli's counsel on alliances rings true. Form them wisely, dissolve them strategically. In business, a partner's over-eagerness might hint at ulterior motives. Respond not with confrontation, but with measured steps. Gather evidence, diversify your options, and pivot gracefully. Setbacks become lessons, intelligence that fortifies your position. Emotional control tactics are your daily forge. Practice stoic indifference to provocations. View insults as reflections of the insulter's turmoil, not your worth. This detachment frees mental energy for high-value pursuits. Incorporate mindfulness. Meditate on scenarios where emotions could derail you, rehearsing calm responses. In high-stakes meetings, silence becomes your sword. Let others fill voids with revelations while you absorb and strategize. This builds an aura of mystery, where manipulators hesitate, unsure of your depths. Strategic masculinity isn't about aggression, it's about purposeful presence. Embody habits that signal self-sufficiency. Maintain physical vitality through disciplined routines, pursue knowledge relentlessly, and cultivate networks based on mutual value. Machiavelli praised the prince who appears merciful yet firm. Translate this to modern life by offering help selectively, ensuring it aligns with your vision. When faced with betrayal, don't retaliate impulsively. Use it as fuel for reinvention. A betrayed investor, for instance, channeled rage into a new venture, emerging stronger while his deceiver faded. Turn human nature's decoding into your advantage. People are driven by fear and desire. Anticipate these to preempt manipulation. In negotiations, appeal to self-interest subtly, framing proposals as wins for all. This isn't coercion, it's harmony, aligning energies for collective uplift. Build respect through consistency. Say what you mean, follow through, and let actions speak. Over time, this creates a ripple effect. Others emulate your poise, fostering environments where deceit withers. Incorporate rituals for unbreakable mindset. Evening reviews of the day's interactions, noting patterns and adjustments. Read on psychology. Blend Machiavelli with contemporary thinkers to deepen insights. Engage in challenges that test resolve, like public speaking or endurance sports, building the muscle of composure. As silent confidence solidifies, you become untouchable. Manipulation glances off your shield, for you've mastered the game's rhythms. This journey isn't about isolation, it's about profound connection on your terms, uplifting those worthy while safeguarding your essence. Rise to the peak, warrior, and let the mists clear to reveal a world conquered by inner might. Picture a timeless oak, roots delving deep into ancient earth, branches reaching skyward amid raging storms. Unbent, unbroken, it thrives where lesser trees splinter. This is the symbol of unbreakable resolve, a force born from understanding power's eternal dance, as illuminated by Machiavelli's enduring legacy. In a landscape riddled with ambition's shadows and influence's whispers, nothing can defeat you once you embrace this art, not as a path to shadows, but as a radiant pursuit of self-sovereignty. Here we delve into the culmination of strategic wisdom, forging a life where manipulation dissolves before your enlightened gaze. Unbreakable resolve starts with Machiavellian intelligence applied inward, knowing thyself as the ultimate defense. Self-awareness exposes personal blind spots, pride, fear, or attachment that manipulators exploit. Machiavelli urged princes to assess their realms honestly. Apply this to your psyche. Journal vulnerabilities, then fortify them. A leader undermined by flattery learned to question praise, transforming gullibility into discernment. This introspection isn't self-doubt, it's empowerment, elevating your decisions above emotional whims. Power dynamics demand vigilance in every arena. In social circles, recognize hierarchies, who holds sway and why. Position yourself not as challenger, but as indispensable ally. Offer value that commands loyalty. When envy arises, deflect it with humility laced in strength. Machiavelli's tales of ambition warn against overreach. Instead, build incrementally, turning alliances into bastions. A rising professional, sensing office intrigue, documented contributions meticulously, preempting sabotage. His ascent wasn't through intrigue, but irrefutable excellence. Stoic masculine mindset integrates emotional fortitude with action. Face adversity head-on. Reframe failures as reconnaissance, extracting strategies for future wins. Practice voluntary adversity, fasting, cold exposure to harden resolve. In conflicts, employ tactical pauses. Withdraw briefly to reassess, returning with clarity. This isn't retreat, it's recalibration, ensuring victories align with long-term vision. High-value habits sustain this mastery. Prioritize solitude for reflection, balancing social engagement. Curate influences, surround yourself with the wise, distancing from energy drains. Machiavelli extolled adaptability, embody it by learning skills that enhance autonomy, finance, negotiation, self-defense. In relationships, foster interdependence, not codependence. Encourage growth in partners mirroring your own. Psychological self-defense culminates in turning the game outward ethically. Use insights to uplift, mentor others in resilience, creating circles of strength. When manipulation surfaces, address it indirectly. Mirror behaviors to highlight absurdities, prompting self-correction. This fosters environments where authenticity prevails. Daily integration, morning affirmations of resolve, evening gratitude for lessons learned. Engage communities that challenge growth, blending ancient philosophy with modern application. In mastering unbreakable resolve, you transcend the game. Manipulation becomes irrelevant, for your essence is fortified. This isn't conquest, it's ascension, inspiring others to their own heights. Stand as the oak, rooted in wisdom, reaching for infinity, undefeatable, eternal.